How are you? I am well. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be talking to you today. Loving on you just some more. And as I do every Friday, I'm just sending you just mad goo gobs of joy, love, happiness, wonderful, wonderful, magical, good stuff. So it's Mother's Day weekend. And so I want to say happy Mama's Day to all the mamas out there, to all the sons and daughters. Tell your mamas I said, hey, happy Mother's Day. And hold on, stop. I'm going to take a pause for the cause at this moment. Ladies, let me just say, it's Mother's Day, right? Notice there aren't any men walking around talking about, yeah, for all the fathers out there who holding it down, being a mama too. Happy Mother's Day to you. I say that because I'm noticing this trend where every year on Father's Day, we women hijack Father's Day and come in. Yeah, for all the mamas who got to do the job of daddy, happy Father's Day to you too. Okay, no, let's stop that, okay? Let's stop that because we are not fathers and fathers are not mothers. And I understand because I'm a mom who happens to be single. I do a lot of work myself, so I get that. However, I cannot overcompensate enough to take the place of my child's father. She has a dad. And for those of you who the father of your children are absent, I'm so sorry, but you still are not daddy. You're just mom who's holding it all down herself. And that's admirable, that's wonderful, that's noble, but you still are not daddy. So can we please not hijack Father's Day? When Father's Day comes, let's let the daddies have their day and let's honor them, okay? I'm getting off my soapbox. This concludes my public service announcement. We will now return to our regularly scheduled program. So, as I was saying, it's Mother's Day, and it's a wonderful, joyous time. You know, we see plenty of celebration and stuff going on. But today, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to be a downer. However, I do want to speak to those of us who are motherless children because we tend to forget what it feels like for those who are motherless children, for those who, mothers have passed, and for those of us who just simply have absentee moms. Or let's just go ahead and put it out there, some crap moms, because the reality is there have been some crap moms in the world. There are. And I think we're much more comfortable speaking about crap dads. We love, I don't want to say love, but we're comfortable talking about deadbeat dads and absentee fathers. We're comfortable talking about that. We don't really address absentee moms. And let me specify, when I say absentee, speaking of not just physical absence. There's more than one way to be absent. You can be physically present, but still emotionally, spiritually absent. So, for those of us who had abusive moms, absentee moms, whose moms have passed away, this is what I want to address today. Because that mother wound can run really, 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 really deep. Really deep. And we don't spend a lot of time addressing the mother wound. We talk a lot about the father wounds and how, dad's not being present, how it affects the children. But we don't talk a lot about how it affects when mom isn't present, when it's mom. Mothers are the keepers of children. We are the ones, not only are we gifted with the ability to bring life into the world, but once that life comes, that life attaches to us. They bond with us like, oh my gosh. It is mama. I always think of Adam at the end of Color Purple. Mama. Like, I know I jacked that up, but the way he cried mama, like, I don't care. He was raised, he had a wonderful woman raise him, but it was still like, nope, mama. And that's what mama is. And so when mama is not able to mama and child develops a mother wound, that mother wound is a mother. Pun intended. Like, it is. And so we tend to kind of dismiss the mother wound when we those of us who have not who cannot understand that, and I speak as one who can, because my relationship with my mom became very strained after my dad passed away. And even today, it is not what it used to be. And it was a very difficult process to get through. It was. But thank God I'm on this side of things. And I had to, learn how to, in fact, kind of mother myself. And I'll speak about that a little later. So it mother-children relationships, especially mother-daughter relationships, can be very complicated. They can be fraught with a lot of emotions and a lot of stuff. And when those, who can't understand, they tend to kind of dismiss it, oh, well, you only get one mama. So basically, like, you can't acknowledge that there's some issues with you and your mom because you only get one. And so she's allowed to mistreat you or abuse you or do whatever because she gave you life. And let me just say this. You do not get to abuse your child because you are their mother. Your child does not owe you their life. Like, you hear a lot of moms say, I gave you life. I gave you life. Let me stop you right now. Because you didn't. God gave life. God gave your baby life. You were the vessel God chose, or your baby chose, because I've been reading about soul contracts too. But you were the vessel chosen to bring forth that life. So let's just make that distinction. And I think once you understand that and get to the place of recognizing that it's a privilege to be a mom. It's a privilege. It's not an entitlement. It doesn't entitle you to your child's life. So yeah, there's that. But for those of us, for the children who have the wounds, it's a process. It really, it's a huge process to get to the space of healing that mother wound. Because again, like I keep saying, that mother wound is a mother. But the first thing you need to do to start to heal is to recognize that your mother, for whatever reason, actually, no, no, we can keep going with that. I'll go with that. I was going to say something else, but no, we'll keep going that. So first things first, recognize that whatever reason your mom was absent in your life or abused you or whatever it was, whatever prevented her from giving you what you felt you needed, had nothing to do with you. It was not about you at all. It was all about her. That's the first thing you need to understand. So don't carry around this, my mama didn't love me, so that means I'm unlovable. And just all of these damaging beliefs that you have adopted because your mom was unable to mother you the way you felt you needed to. That's the first thing you need to understand. Number two, you have to learn to separate your mother, the expectation or the archetype of mother, from your mother. Your mom is more than just your mom. She's a woman. And she's a woman who has her own set of issues and wounds. And so if you can start to see her as more than just a mom and relinquish this idea, like, you were supposed to do this because mamas are supposed to do this and you didn't do that. But if you can stop doing that and see her as just a woman who more than likely did the best that she could. I'm not excusing bad behavior at all, But what I'm saying is, if you can get to the place where you separate your idea of what a mother is from who your mom is. She's just a human being. She's not this big bad boogie woman who just was hell bent on making your life hell. She was her own wounded soul, just here flailing about. That can help. The third thing that you need to do is give up the expectation of your mother being this person you want her to be. That's a big one, because a lot of times we will say, I know this is how she is. But see, once you start that but, you have not accepted what it is. Accept her for who she is. More than likely, she's never going to become this person you want her to be. It just ain't gonna happen. And if you can give up the ghost of your idealized version of her and just accept her for who she is, it will make things easier for you. Now, that doesn't mean you all will just magically go on and have this wonderful relationship. Maybe you need to have the relationship where you don't speak to your mom and you have to love her from a distance. It just might have to be. But if you can just accept in the now that this is it, this is who she is, this is who she's going to be, and let go of, have a ceremony if you have to. Have a burial, like write down everything that you want your mom to be. Write down all the ways that she disappointed you by not being those things. And then burn that sheet. Burn it, tear it up, flush it down the toilet, one of the two. And kind of allow yourself that release. That will really help. And then the fourth thing you have to do is, like I said, what I have to do for myself. Mother yourself. Find your own source of unconditional love for you, from you. If that means you have to go back to your 5-year-old self for a minute and pull up your 8-year-old self, whatever age you were when that wound started happening with your mom, and mother that part of you, do that. Allow that little kid in you to cry, to grieve, to cry out for mama. I cried, mama, where were you? And be your own mom. Baby, here I am. I'm right here. Once you can tap into that nurturing mother love for yourself, it will help to alleviate the need you have for your mother to give that to you. I know that's big. I know it sounds like a lot, but you can do it. If you are not already there, I strongly encourage you to begin today. Just take a little baby step towards it. Because what you don't want to do is continue to carry that mother wound around, allowing it to affect everything, all your relationships, most importantly, the relationship you have with yourself, which then goes on to affect all the other relationships you have in your life. Again, it's tough, and I had to do it myself. And my heart goes out to you, to those of you who had to experience this wound as children, because I always say, for me, thankfully, I was 30 years old when things went left between me and my mom, and I shudder to think what it would have been like if that happened to me as a child. For me, what I got to a space of was appreciating, for 30 years of my life, I felt like my mama was like that man. Try to tell me my mama don't love me. Try to tell me my mama's not my girl. Try to tell me my mama ain't my number one fan. Try. It wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't have happened. So for 30 years, I had that. I had that root. I was rooted in the belief, in the foundation that my mom loves me. So I'm thankful. I'm at the space where I'm really thankful and appreciative of that. And that helped me stop looking at her in the present, like, yeah, but you're not doing this. You're not being this. You're not being who I want you to be. She is who she is. Whether she was always that or she changed into that, don't know. Don't care. It's not my concern. She has her own path she has to go to. And I love my mom. I wholeheartedly love my mom. I will forever love my mom. I'll always love my mama. I will. But things are different. And I'm finally okay with that. But and it's a process. It is. But I just wanted to talk. Like I said, I wanted to talk to those of you who have that mother wound. Because like I keep saying, say it with me now. The mother wound is a mother. But just know you can heal it. You can heal it and go on to have an awesome, wonderful life. And you don't have to carry that around with you anymore. So I did not say all this to be all somber for Mother's Day, because Mother's Day is a wonderful holiday. It is. But I didn't want to neglect those of you who this is a real present issue for, because Mother's Day can bring that up. It can. So this is me giving you a wonderful, wonderful big hug. Give yourself a hug. Mother yourself. Love on yourself. And like I said already, to all the mamas, happy Mama's Day. To all the sons and daughters, tell your mama I say happy Mother's Day. And remember, ladies, we are not hijacking Father's Day. We're letting them have their day. Sunday is all about us. And that's enough for us, okay? So I love y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I will see you all next week. Love you. Bye.